Our first ride since she became my girl. Upi doesn't know anything about the mounting block. I use this exercise to help him learn about patience when asked to stand at the mounting block. Eventually, I will teach him to step over to the mounting block to the raise of my hand and the snap of my finger. Unfortunately, right now, Upi tends to use kicking or striking as his form of communication. So I'm not inclined to ask him to bring his hind end towards me until we get through that stage of his limited vocabulary. I try to teach all horses where to be while walking with you. If they have a full understanding of that position, they never need to be held tight. Holding a horse on a very short line can create resistance to the contact because it actually can make them feel claustrophobic. I've explained in previous videos that I'm trying to help Logan build his confidence in these short rides. Today is the first day that I swung my leg over versus just laying across him like a sack of potatoes. Logan struggles with managing explosive reactions, so these short rides keep him under the threshold. If you watch Logan's head and his inconsistent stride, you can see him desperately trying to work through his fear. Watch his ears and how he checks in. Notice how my rub reassures him that he's okay and provides him with the confidence to take another step or two.
So Logan is way out of work. He's been out of work for like 6-7 years now. So for me to just jump on him was kind of risky because he's a very overreactive, very explosive spook. So I've done a lot of potato sack rides where I lay myself across their back and steer from above and have them feel confident in their ability to follow guidance from above. But I'm treating him like a new start, mainly because I want to help him build his confidence. He's got the education. He was started, but many, many years ago, and then really not continued because I bought him and then he became Shoemaker Shoes. Now I'm going to get him up and rolling, and today was the first time since he bucked me off the last time he spooked that I've actually swung my leg over on him. So, but as you can see, he got very worried about it, where when I was potato sack riding him, he didn't have that worry. He did the first couple times I potato sack rode him, but since then he hasn't had any real worry. Today was the first time he started to show worry again, so that's why I stopped him out here. Some things are different in the barn, and I don't want him to like have an overload, right? So I got off him where he was being a little extra looky, but not necessarily planning on bucking me off. So I consider that a success. The 50 feet or whatever it was, it's a successful ride.
I love jumping up on Teddy because it's such a high climb. Then once I'm on, I feel like I'm on top of the world. Look and see if you can tell why Teddy Big Boots is a good full name for him. One thing we'll need to start working on is waiting for the okay before he's allowed to walk off. Right now, I'm just working on them allowing me to fling myself up onto their backs. Sometimes asking them to stand still starts a bubbling process of anxiety. Anxiety that can be avoided by not being too critical too soon. Dewey and I have been working through a little bit of a roadblock. I've shared in other videos about how you never know what's going to shake you or bring up trauma from years and years ago, but that bolt ride that ended up in a broken leg brought up an accident that I had back in 1984, and it really acted like a bit of a mental block for me.
So another thing you might see me do with my horses is what I call a grandpa walk, or match my pace, or mirroring game. Kind of just depends on my mood and what I call it, but I'm going to do that with Ritz, because Ritz is usually very thinking about coming in for his food and not really thinking about matching my steps. So I usually remind him about matching my steps on days that he forgets. So we're going to go ahead and see if he can match our steps.
Now, because of the video quality, you can't see, but this is done on a loose line. This is done as a game that is based on his responsibility to mirror me, not on me managing him with the rope. He should mirror me at whatever pace I choose to travel, whether it's grandpa walk, normal walk, power walk, or slam on my brakes and go backwards. I should be able to canter and have him canter beside me. He should match my gait no matter what I'm doing when we play this game. Although he's not supposed to get out of the heel position, when he does, I don't need to grab him and force him through rope management to get back beside me. I just have to raise my hand and snap my fingers, and then we carry on. If I lead Katie and Tyson out of the paddock with Tyson on my left, I want to change him to be on my right before we get to his stall. It's easier to send him in his stall when he's on my right. So as you see, it doesn't require a lot of rope management. It just requires my thought process and my body language to orchestrate change for both of them.